Welcome back to my show. I'm the Beer Adventurer.
I am DL Hefe 1974.
And on this episode, I've got one from, I think I'm pronouncing this right. I always have to work on it. Deschutes?
Yep.
Deschutes. Okay. This is King Crispy. This is their Pilsner. 4.8. And it says it's the winner of Pilsner Fest. It has some little creature riding a bicycle on the back. I don't know what that is, but it's, I don't know. He's got a nice mustache and what appears to be cowboy boots and a scepter and a crown. And yeah, all right, cool. Let's get in there. Now, in my opinion, Pilsners are best for one thing: drinking mass quantities. You'd be surprised how many beers that your dad and grandfather drank that were Pilsners.
Yep.
They tend to be a lighter, easy drinking beer. They tend to be relatively crisp, which this says King Crispy. So now, the Bitburger challenge. All right, so this one should be a good one. And honestly, this company hasn't let me down yet. So
Yep.
You'd be surprised how good a head, I poured it like that on purpose, how good a head a real Pilsner will do. That was kind of what I was seeing, like how Pilsner-y is it, and shit. Okay, got the right smell.
Yep.
Slightly malty, tiny bit of sweetness, tiny bit of hops, clean.
Yeah, in its simplicity is exactly what you expect. It's just crisp and that's it.
The biggest problem with a beer like this is you can make absolutely no mistakes. There's nothing to hide. There's no over-hopping it to make it something different. There, you can't put too much malt in there or you make it sweet. You can't use toasted malts for more flavor because it changes the color too much. It really just comes down to this: you can't fuck it up.
Right.
You either make it right or don't make it.
I mean, from the American perspective, right? Think about all your favorites, right? You can't throw Old Style in there because Old Style is technically not a Pilsner.
No.
Right? But the rest of them, the Millers, the Budweisers, the Coors, right? Those are all this style, but the beauty of this one is this is a cut above those styles, the mass produced, right? And you're absolutely right. There's nowhere to hide, but this is, it has the look, but the taste is just, it's got one notch better.
Well, one of the main things that you have to understand in that is when these guys are making it, they're making, I'm going out on a limb, I don't know how much they make, but let's say they make 100,000 cans of this beer because that's their market. That's how much they have to satisfy. And they only have to satisfy their market of 100,000 cans every time they make this. Well, Miller Lite is a Pilsner. But when they make that, they make 100 million cans. Okay, whether you like Miller Lite or not, personally, I'm not a Miller Lite fan. I am a Miller High Life fan, but that's neither here nor there. The thing is those big macro beers, they have taken out the few things that create a beer that has mass appeal. The beauty of craft breweries is they can make a beer that appeals to a smaller market and they can laser hone in on that smaller market. And this is probably more like the Pilsner that our grandfathers drank.
Oh, yeah.
Like pre-Prohibition Pilsners. Mm-hmm. And, you know, now you've got more options, but back then they made a beer, and if you liked it, you bought it. Now these big companies, they make a beer that appeals to almost everyone. But this right here is the. Yeah.
Yeah.
In one of my videos, Lunchbox said, I think it was that was a high end lawnmower beer.
Right. Yep.
And I mean, we mean that in the most wonderful way possible. This is for somebody that wants a little more flavor, but there's no off flavors. There's no. It's very well crafted, and I can see why it's won awards.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of the Sears Craftsman mower that explicitly said on there that comes a motor, right, for the lawnmower. Like, that's what this beer is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is... It is more beer taste. Like, this is the opposite of the light beer, where they thinned it out, dumbed it down, moved it. This one is more robust flavor, but robust where there's lots of mild flavors.
Right. And it's not just like, here, we'll ding in a hop, or we'll put something in there that makes you taste it. It just tastes good.
Yeah. But yeah, this one's one where you had to do everything right. So its beauty is in its simplicity.
Yep.
And
great color too. I mean, that's like,
you'll hear some of the mustache wax guys that spend 2.5 hours complaining about a beer they don't like instead of drinking the beer that's in front of them. They're gonna say, "Oh, it's a fizzy yellow beer." Well, you keep that attitude so I can buy it, because you'll make it trendy and then it'll suck, because that's what they do. You can tell I don't like hipsters. Unless you subscribe to me, and then you really should. Well, we're liking the beer. If you're liking the review, just come on, smash the like button. It's just a bunch of folks having fun. Subscribe. Ring the bell 3 times a week. I've got over 800 videos. I'm sure there's a beer on there you like. I'm sure there's one you agree with, and I'm sure there's 5 you don't. Come on. But that's the beauty of beer. We're all going to find 1 or 2 that we all like, and we're all going to find plenty that we don't like. I'm going to see what I can find to put in the description of this one. You'll also find the social media and merch links. Hey, buy a sticker or a t-shirt. I'll get some money. I'll spend that money on beer. I'll make another video. So let's talk about it down there in the comments. Have you had this? If you haven't, you really should. And what's your favorite simple beer? Maybe it's something I haven't reviewed that I can find, and I'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get to the rating. Did you dig it?
I did.
I did. I like it. I think it's very good. I would have this again, would you?
I would always
Yes.
have this again.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to find that in a 12, 30, 80 pack.
Yeah. Or maybe a 40.
Right. They
Not a
could
40 pack. No, I mean a 40 ounce.
A 40, that'd be great.
I want a 40 ounce of this. That'd be pretty nice.
Then it would turn into a pull beer.
Yes. Now, it is going to have some seekability. You can find these guys in a broader range than a lot of the other craft breweries. At least I can find these occasionally in the Memphis and Nashville area. When I get up into Illinois and Missouri and sometimes into Kentucky, I can find these. I can actually find them when I make it over into North Carolina to visit family. But I'm sure there's certain places you guys just aren't going to be able to find this. So work it out with your friends. When they're going somewhere, have them bring you back beer. It's all part of the beer adventure. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1's the lowest, 10's the highest. I'm at a 7.
Yeah, I was going to say 6, but I'm actually at a 7.
I'm at a 7. It is well above average. Is it going to be my everyday drinking beer? Probably not. I am quite the beer hopper. I usually just bounce around. It's, there's always tons of beer around me. But at least because I have the channel, I can kind of warrant it.
Yeah, for me, I'll call this like a board game beer, right? People come over,
Yeah.
the family comes over, you guys decide to have a board game night. You can pick up some of these, and I don't think people will be upset.
No.
I think you get some good conversation. Somebody say, "Hey, what is that? Oh, that's kind of wacky. This little crown guy with the mustache," but then they drink it, and that goes away, and then game night takes off.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be a very easy drinking beer, and that's really, I think, important.
Yep.
So, good job, Deschutes.
Yep.
And until your next beer adventure.
Cheers.